Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Wesman2. Feel free to call me Wes, and if you're new to the channel, then you gotta stay to the end. Alright, so we're back in episode 4 of our 5-part no hammer challenge, and today's objective is to finish the roof on the barn and to start a tool shed. Alright, let's get started. Just like last episode, again, because this is more about building and having me mess up a bunch, I went ahead and gave myself roof tiles, wooden blocks, which is what we're going to potentially build the tool shed out of, and then some cobblestone path to help, not help, but have the floor be made out of that. That being said, I'm just going to go ahead and pick this up, and we're going to go ahead and see if we can do this. Look at this roof. Okay, so now I think, if I'm not mistaken, I gave myself, I guess, 322. It's a really bizarre number. I don't even know how I did that, but I did it. Okay, so that needs to be that. Okay, there it is. Because I wanted to make that like a window, just so it looked nicer. Okay, so now comes the fun part. The way I kind of had this, the way I kind of had this envisioned was, since I already messed up, we can kind of do like this little bit of an overhang and just kind of give it some depth. Really what it is, it's me trying to save the huge mess up I did, and so I'm not really sure if that's going to be... Dang it, I'm just having a bad day staying up on the barn, aren't I? Oh, the mess up that I did. Anyways, but ladies and gentlemen, thank you for those that have been tuning in, that have been liking and commenting. Speaking of commenting, one of my subscribers said that they're pretty sure that I could go ahead and dig up the path block with a shovel. They're right. But I personally think that going forward, no matter if I'm able to fix things, that I wasn't going to. Again, this challenge is to watch me mess up, really what it boils down to, because you're going to mess up naturally. So that being said, we'll go ahead and finish the roof on that side. I don't know if we're going to put a bit of an overhang on either side, because it looks a bit redundant. I guess we could put... How did I do it on this side? Okay, I did do a bit of redundancy there. All right, well, that's a mistake. Oh, well. Again, it's supposed to look a little bit lifted, and if that's the case, then maybe we'll put a bit of an overhang on either side. I mean, I guess it kind of defeats the purpose. But, oh well. I mean, there's no going back now at this point. What we can do, luckily, is if we're going to do it like that, then we can kind of mimic it on both sides now that it's 4 and 4. But we actually need to extend it out one more, like such, on either side. So now we've kind of, again, fixed that mistake, but it's still a mistake nonetheless. I don't think we need to cover this completely in... Uh-oh. Did I do something? No, okay. This technically needs to be there, right? Yes, okay. Okay. And then that, yeah. And then that there, and then that there. Not that the inside really matters too much, but I just wanted to make sure we're building this as even as possible. Now I'm curious to see where these meet up, so I'll go ahead and kind of just keep building up and see how this looks. Since, again, this was kind of the idea for the roof. I'm going to get nice and close, but slowly. There we go. And so now that's kind of fixed, if you will. Go ahead and just finish up the rest of this roof, just like this. And hopefully this turns out a lot better than what I thought. I originally was going to put a window in here, but I've already messed this up, so oh well to that. I guess I didn't need to finish these sides. I wasn't really paying attention as far as like how I wanted to fix this, so I guess there's that. And then that should line up with that, and it does. Oh, but I was gonna bring up another line on either side. All right, let's go ahead and just do that real quick, like such. That. So hopefully you guys are still enjoying this challenge. I do, like I said, I kind of teased. I do have another challenge ready on the back burner. I have the island. Oh, I gave it away. I meant to say I have the map, so I'm gonna leave that in for you guys, and you kind of let that stew for a bit. But I have the rules, the challenge, and the idea. And I'm not saying any more than that. But that's essentially our barn with the messed up roof that we kind of somehow fixed, and not really. Let's go ahead and put this on. At this point, I'm not really sure how to really fix it any more than how I just did there. There we go. I mean, that doesn't look half bad from this side, other than this blatantly obvious mess up. I mean, if I really wanted to fix it, I can just do one of these and kind of just add depth to it. But then the only problem now, kind of doing it like that, is there's no overhang. I'd have to make an additional overhang. I guess that would technically be like struts, so that would be support there. Yeah, it looks terrible. All right, so that's going to be the back of the barn, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not doing that on the front. But I do need to do, however, the overhang on this side with that block. All right, so hopefully this doesn't look too bad. I mean, for messing it up, you almost can't tell, kind of doing this weird roof on top of everything. So did I miss this? I messed that up. That's not supposed to be there. Man, oh well. Alright, so that in theory is the barn. What I'm thinking about doing and what I forgot to spawn in is some fence, so I can actually put a pen in. But I mean, at this point, I don't think we're gonna kind of get too far with our animals. But for all intents and purposes, let's go ahead and I got rid of them. Did I pocket them in regards to like I put them somewhere? Great, where are my animals? All right, so let's go find our animals and then we'll worry about the silly tool shed. All right, so let me get the mail because it's been bothering me. Oh, here we go. Our 200,000 petal lottery. How much are we gonna get? I think it's 200. Oh, it's 10. I lied. 200. That's a huge difference from 10 to 200. All right, well. That being said, let's just go ahead and grab our cows. I think I put them over by our little like town square, or I guess that's the town square. Then our, I guess we can call it a park. You know what? I guess what we could have done too is kind of push this all the way across now. Oh well, it looks fine for that. All right, so I mean that doesn't look half bad. Yep, there they are. Our crate of cows. Or cows in a crate. You know, whatever. I'm not really paying attention to the name. We have Raya there. Oscar's trying to make his way over into our farm, so we're going to go ahead and sprint past him because we don't like him. Here's a new character, as in we haven't seen him in any of our main playthrough, and that's Cecil. He's like I guess a scientist. I haven't really talked to him, and I haven't had a quest for him, so I'm not really sure what to do with him. All right, here we go. And the magical names. All right, that looked like it was off and it was confusing because I'm like, there's no way. Of our cows are... Okay, stop bouncing there. Yeah, whatever that is. Lucerita and Bess? Lucerita? Sure, I don't know. Anyways, they're going to go ahead and just do their thing there in that corner. I don't think I have food for them, and I don't think I have a few bucks that I can spend on them. All right, so we'll have to do that in probably episode 5. Let's go ahead and chop down this tree. You know what? Where should we put this tool shed? Maybe we should put it somewhere else, because I kind of have this habit when I build, or I should say when I find a style I like that's efficient. In my opinion, like I like buildings kind of in certain places. I tend to, on all future like builds, I just keep copying it, almost like a cookie cutter effect, because I just know like, all right, so if I build it this big, it'll take up this much space, meaning I can kind of get this much around it, and you know, almost like a master build plan. And so that being said, we're going to kind of swap things up, and we're going to go ahead and put it in this corner. In my personal playthrough, which I actually haven't played much of lately, the barn is in this corner, and then I turned that, you know, like when we first spawn in, it's a bunch of just random blocks. I turned that into the tool shed. It's pretty small compared to the one on our single player, or I should say, yeah, our Staxel playthrough, because I knew, like, kind of going in, I wanted it bigger so I can fit all the tables in, and then resources, and so that's why our one is, I think, twice, if not 3 times the size. It's more, to me, it's like a workshop now than a tool shed, because the other one in my single player is literally really cramped, and there's a light in it, and it's more of like a tool shed than it is like this workshop, this nice fancy workshop we've turned it into. All right, so now that I've spent half the episode just talking about it, let's go ahead and just pick up the stone. You know, you'd think I spawned in dirt. Nope, that is all the dirt we have collected by hand. Oh, it's a lot of dirt. So let's think. I don't think I need a hammer to dig this up. I need an axe. Okay, perfect. Go ahead and chop that up then. And I grabbed... No. I have the dark wood? Yeah. Dark wood. Oh, sorry, these are the wooden house blocks. They're different. I don't know. So let's go ahead and just make a smallish type of shed. Maybe it can just be like a gardening shed. It doesn't have to necessarily be a tool shed. But let's think. I want it... Maybe... The entrance has to be 2, right? Because all the doors in this game are 2. And that being said, we know we probably want at least a space of just nothingness. And then after that, kind of put that there to help me see it differently. We probably want an additional 2. That's going to touch. We'll have to move this all over. So an additional... Whoops. So I'm going to go ahead on this side and go 2 more than the 2, right? So for instance, we know it's technically from that marker, it's over 2. So this marker... We know we need to go, oops, come on, silly flowers. We need to go 2, and then we're going to go 2 more because we need to push this over. So that goes there, that gets ripped up, that gets placed there, that gets moved, and then this gets ripped up. There we go. So we just shifted it over just a little bit to not mess with our farm. All right, let's go ahead and just get rid of all this, and let's kind of... I guess let's start replacing this with the house blocks, which are now there. I'm not sure why they ended up there. 523. Man, I made sure we had plenty of blocks. And it makes sense because like some of these buildings use like 200 or 300 blocks, so I would imagine why I went with 500. All right. So I didn't really lay out how big I wanted it this way, so I guess let's just leave a space of 2 to get in behind it, and that will just be how big the tool shed is. I kind of didn't give me... I didn't spawn in anything that we could use for like a better looking shed, as in like accent blocks. So like the wood or the trunks to kind of break it up. So maybe like some stone. So I kind of goofed there, but let's go ahead and just go up 1. So it's 2, 3, 4, and we'll do 5. Give it a nice size ceiling. Same thing over here, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Rip this all up because now we know kind of the basic layout as such. So from that, it was the door, so space, so then the door was there, space, and so it's a total of 3. Yeah. 2 and 3, and then we have to go 1 more. Did I do this right? No, that's not right. So 1, 2, 3, 4 from the door, and then it's 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 from the door. I feel like I made this too big then already. I kind of messed this up, and I'm pretty sure I did. All right, well, it's going to be a really odd-shaped tool shed. It's now looking more like a warehouse like I didn't want, but it's kind of what's happening. All right, so let's try to get as much done as we can to get this laid out for the next episode. Episode 5, the final episode of our hammer challenge. And if you guys do want to see more of this, and maybe like a season 2, I would ask that in tonight's episode, I should say, or tomorrow's episode, you guys go ahead and comment if you want to see more of this. And if you do want to see more of this, then how do you guys want to go forward? Do you want to go forward with the rules that I kind of implemented halfway through, being that any mistake I make, I cannot fix it? Or do we want to kind of keep the rules the same? I personally think if I'm going to do a season 2 of this, I would recommend that we do it that any mistake I make, I cannot fix, because then it hurts more, right? Because if I can kind of fix it, then you know, it's not as bad, but if I can't fix it at all, then, you know, ouch. Okay, so this can just get built all the way across, and that's where we're going to call this. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into episode 4 of our Staxel No Hammer Challenge. If you're new to the channel and you did make it to the end, then you're awesome. And down below is all the links to the social media outlets that I post on and comment on and update on. If you're a returning subscriber, you always rock, and you already know that. But I guess until next time, guys, be prepared for episode 5, where we'll have to do something big. And so again, in the comments below, comment what do you want me to build? You know, do you want me to build like this massive statue, or maybe like a big building? I don't know. We kind of have some wiggle room, so be sure to comment so that we can see kind of what you guys have in store for this challenge. But as a little bit of a spoiler, like I said, there is another challenge, and it involves an island. But that's all I'm going to say. So if you want to see that one, then go ahead and just type in, you know, like hashtag island challenge or something. And we'll kind of start that again. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. And as always, keep it real.